Here now we will work on the castle wheel. We named this to meta case. I can hide it with my space key. Let's create a new body and create a new sketch. For this sketch, I want it to be on the XZ plane. I don't have the reference image on. Let me close it and toggle the reference image I need for this on. This will be the reference image we're going to use for this. And let me just rename it wheel profile. If I now double click on this, I see the reference image, and this is what I want to try and create. Just one thing you see here, this horizontal line and vertical line represent the midpoint, and what I have now is, if you look at this, for instance, I have a straight line, but you will notice like I broke the line into segments. This is key for the kind of effect finishing I want to get. So instead of drawing 13.37 straight line, I drew 10 and another line again to complete it. And you can also see it around the splits. This is very important to get the kind of finishing we want. So let me go ahead using the polyline tool. To do this. So first line, second line, we have a vertical line here, and this line at an angle, vertical line, 1, 2, and that is all. Let me go ahead and constrain this line. First, let me add the dimension of this line. This is 10 mm, and this is 3.37 mm. And the vectors here is 6 mm from the origin. This is the 6 we have, and it's 20 mm in vertical height, and it's 20 mm high. Okay, before I do that, it's better to add this 4 mm vertical height here. Okay, now I can go ahead and add this 20 mm. Yeah, this line is 32.2 continuous line. There's an angle between this line and the vertical line of 105 degrees. This vertical height is 9.84. And we have 3 mm and 9 mm line. This is 3 and this is 9. Yes, so I'm done with the sketch. I want to mirror this across the x-axis, so to have the other side of the shape. And I can easily do that by selecting everything as we talked about in the first video, and click this last and click on this tool here. I'll go ahead and use a straight line to join the sketches. And I'm done. But as usual, I would like to constrain this with the image mirror. I can go ahead and use a straight line to join them. Make sure this sign, this constraint coincident sign, it's shown when you hover your mouse over it at the vectors you're trying to join together. And we are done. Okay. And yeah, we'll close it. With the wave profile selected, click on this button here where you see revolution, and there we have it. One thing we can do here though is select the edges here and click on and give it a fillet of about 2 mm radius. Okay. Now the next thing is to create this inner groove inside this wheel. To do that, I need this reference shape image rather, and this reference image. For proper fencing, I also need this sketch. Let me toggle it on. That is the sketch that is under this revolution. I can toggle it on with my space key and hide the fillet for now. So with the body selected, I can go ahead and create new sketch and also work it on the XZ plane. Yes. So this is what I want to create. The unshaded section. Now the way I got this shape, I need to reference this profile with profile shape. So I'll go ahead and use the external tool. I need to click on this tool side, and with that done, I will click on this straight line tool. I'll do a line slightly slanted. We are going to adjust the height soon. The same thing from here. Make sure you start from this vertex. And so I've just drawn these 2 lines. Now click on the create polyline tool. Click on this vertex. Make sure that you are there, and you're going to see that with this icon here. Click on it. Draw a straight line. Make sure it's also the horizontal line is also straight, and escape. As you can see here, there's an angle of 87 degrees. So I'll go ahead and constrain this to 87 degrees. I'll do the same thing for this line here, 87. And the length of this line is 22.88. That is from this vertex to this. We use this is 22.88 mm. This is 8.22. We'll just go ahead. We'll go ahead and draw an arc of radius 3 on both, starting from this end of the lines. So with the arc tool selected, I'll select anywhere as my middle point. Make sure my starting point is the vertex here. I will just draw anywhere and stop. I will do the same with this. Anywhere and stop. With this constraint arc or cycle, we'll use this to fix the radius to 3 mm, and this is 3 mm as well. Now we use a straight line to join the ends of these arcs, and we'll click on this line and click on this arc and come to this constraint target tool. Do the same thing with this. Click on this line, click on this arc, and use the constraint target tool. The length of this arc is 24.34. Yes. And what we can do again is like this arc should be tangential to this by selecting both and clicking on this tool. And yeah, it fully constrains this section of the shape. The vertical tool selected. For this length, I don't care. It could be any length as far as it extends beyond this horizontal line. So because of that, I just go ahead and click it, and anything it says, I'm fine with it. This is fully constrained, and we're done with this shape we need. We can close it, and I can hide this and hide the wave profile, unhide the fillets. That is the last shape. And if I come to this front view, I can see the sketch I've just drawn. Let me rename it maybe Groove Cutter. Now with this selected, I will come to this tool here where you see Groove. I'm going to click on it. Now when I click on it, you see what happens here. Created a groove, and all the inner shape here have been cut out because this is set to 360 degree, but I don't want 360 degree. I want it to be 58 degrees. And when I make it 58 degree, it cut out just the portion I want. I click OK, but I want 3 of these when we look at the reference model. So with this group selected, I'm going to come to this polar pattern, and I'll make this 3 instead of 2. And you see, for some reason, it's not done because the axis is using something normal sketch axis. Yeah, I'll just click on this down arrow and I'll change it to the base Z axis. And I'll click OK. We need to make the same thing for the top, and so because of that, we need this same groove tool cutter, but now in a different orientation. So instead of going ahead to draw it, I'm going to, so just to do this, instead of going to go ahead and draw a new one, let's come down to this here and go to this, change it to Sketcher. So now in the Sketcher workbench with the groove cutter selected, I'm going to click on this tool here, which is Neural Sketch. When I click on it, it has me to select an axis. But when I choose y-axis here and I click OK, so the y-axis is talking of is the y-axis of this the sketch. For instance, when I click on the groove cutter, you can see this is the y-axis, and this is the one it created for us. So with this new one that just been created, I'll also click on this tool, and this time around I want it on the x-axis. And when I click OK, and now this is where I want it. Yeah, this is where I want it. So I can go ahead and delete this one here. So I can just label this groove cutter 2. So I want to use this now to cut the top of this wheel. But if you notice, it's not in the body. It needs to be in the body. And this is the body here. So I will click on the groove cutter and drag it and let it come inside this wheel. Now I can use it with the groove cutter selected. And I need to go back to the part design. Yes, come to the model tab, and I will click on this groove. And now you see what happened. It cut everything, but we want it to be 58. I need to click reverse. And now when I click reverse, I have the effect I want. I click OK. And with this group selected, I'll click on the poly pattern and make it free. We have the same issue. We come here and change to the base, and we are done with this. There should be a kind of pin here. So I want to draw a pin here of this length from here to here. So selecting this top, I'm going to draw a sketch. Let me use this reference tool to copy out this cycle. And my sketch is a cycle using this as the origin. And once it touches this place, yes. And this pin, there should be another cycle here. And I think, yeah, the radius of this should be 4. Yes. Okay. And it's not the center, so let's make sure that it coincides with the center by using this constraint tool. Yeah, it's not fully constrained. So I can close this and using the strip tool. This is this. I'll click on it, selected the sketch for me, and I will click on add an edge, and I'll select this edge. And so we're done with this.